Hello people, and today I'll be showing you how to get the best start in Subnautica by being as productive as possible, and I will explain this in the shortest time I possibly can. For when you spawn in the life pod, the first thing I recommend doing is going to the storage container to collect 2 nutrition boxes, 2 flares and 2 filtered water. These will support you in your journey. As well as that, I highly recommend familiarising yourself with the Fabricator. This is going to be your only way to fabricate or craft items, resources, basic tools, basic food, or basic resources in general. The first thing I recommend crafting is a standard oxygen tank. This will increase your oxygen capacity, therefore you can stay underwater for longer periods of time. This requires 3 titanium to make, which in turn titanium is made from metal salvage, which can be found on the seabed on almost any location in Subnautica. The next thing I recommend you crafting or fabricating is fins. These will increase your swim speed by approximately 15%, which can be useful in all situations, even as travelling. The way you find the silicone rubber, which is the requirement to craft the fins, is in what I call seaweed forests. You will need the seed clusters, which are basically yellow kind of eggs that hang off the clusters, that hang off the actual seaweed itself, which are quite easy to find. Usually you find these forests approximately around 200-meter radius of the life pod. The next thing I recommend building is a scanner, which requires titanium and a battery. A battery can be easily made with acid mushrooms and also copper ore. Acid mushrooms can be found in the seabed, which are easily collectible. And copper ore is found through limestone chunks, which can be basically found anywhere on the seabed, but is mainly common in cave systems. The scanner can also scan fragments, which in turn give you blueprints that can be used to craft new items on your journey and save file of Subnautica. These can be found anywhere. The next thing I recommend building is the repair tool. This can be used to repair almost anything in the game, either it be breaches, the actual life pod, or even other vehicles that you may craft. The resource you will require that we've not gone over is called cave sulfur. These are found in cave systems, which are basically in the pods of these little creatures that seem to commit suicide and damage you in the process. But in the pods that they came out from should be a resource called cave sulfur. The next thing I recommend building is a survival knife. This can be used to collect resources that require a sharper edge or defend yourself from predators. This is made from titanium and silicone rubber. Then the next thing I also recommend building is the habitat builder, made from a computer chip, wiring kit and a battery. This can be used, it's pretty much in the name, can be used to construct habitats other than the life pod itself. To collect this, you will need a computer chip, which is made from table coral sample, gold and copper wire. Table coral can be found on the seabed, which is literally shaped like a table. In order to collect it, you will need to slice it with your knife, then collect it off the floor in fragments. The next thing to collect is the silver and also the gold, which is collected from limestone chunks, sandstone chunks, got that wrong, which are found in caves almost as limestone chunks are. When you first get the habitat builder, the first thing I recommend building is an X compartment, which is basically like a 4-way pipe. I do not recommend building it in shallow waters though, as this will limit how much you can build and expand in the future, which you can deconstruct it, which will give you 100% of all the resources back, and then you can rebuild it in deeper waters, as this will give you room to expand in the future of the game. When you build the X compartment, also put basically like I don't even know what it's called to be honest, like a single forward compartment, eye compartment, as this will give you will see later on in the video why. But what also you're going to need is a hatch, which a hatch is the main entry to get through in the base. Quartz can be pretty much found anywhere in the game, but are mainly popular as well in cave systems, can be easily picked up. Then when you get the hatch, you just place it on one of the ends of the tubes, which make for an easy entry. As you can see, it's dark, which the next things we're going to need is a solar panel, which is quartz, titanium, copper ore, all things you have seen and know how to recover. When you place it, it will supply your base with power throughout the day. During the night time, you will not receive any more power, however it stores power that is collected throughout the day and will keep it throughout the night as long as it's not spent. Then I recommend putting storage lockers, which are basically can be attached to the wall lockers, which can be attached to the wall, which will be your primary way of storing resources. I usually use mine to store specific resources, such as having one storage container for titanium, one for copper ore, one for quartz, and attach them on the walls into one big long corridor, which these are an easy way to access resources that you will use in the future. This is a very effective way, very effective way to store any resource that you do collect, and I highly recommend doing this as it is a lifesaver and will become a huge lifesaver throughout the game. It's up to you if you want to put anything else such as a fabricator or even expand the base into homes and beds, but that's purely up to you. But for now I recommend using it mainly as a storage area. I'll later expand it when you become more fluent in the game.